Super exciting. I mean, it's the most exciting time in baseball, I think, our most exciting team in baseball by far right now. So, I mean, this is definitely kind of the place to be right now.
No doubt about it. Hey, you're going from a playoff team to a playoff team, but as you probably know, for the Padres, this is an organization and a fan base that has been hungry for postseason baseball for a long time. How meaningful is it to you to know that you're one of the key pieces in trying to bring that to fruition now?
I mean, yeah, I'm stoked that they wanted me here. I mean, this is definitely I think a destination a lot of guys would like to be, and I think it's all about showing up to a ballpark we're going to be able to contend, and this is definitely one of those. And I know it's been since 2006, so definitely something special brewing here. And I think it's going to be something special for the coming years, not just this year.
Is this kind of a relief for you? It seemed like it might have been time for a change of scenery for you, and the trade rumors had been out there hanging over, and now it's done. A little bit of relief in that respect?
Yeah, I think I was riding the same roller coaster as everyone else for the last 24 hours. It's been, like for sure somebody, then for sure not the Padres, and then back to, getting the call at 10 a.m. today and finding out that it is in fact the Padres. And I really couldn't be more excited. This is exactly where I wanted to be honest.
Mike, it looked like you pitched about 5 days ago. I assume that you're ready to rock and fire. Is there any protocols or anything that you need to go through first, or is it hit the ground running and start pitching?
Definitely hit the ground running. I think just getting over there is going to be the big feat right now. But I'm going to should be in San Diego within the next 48 hours for sure, and then hopefully get on the bus with them to Anaheim. I should be pitching one of those games coming up shortly.
Thanks, Mike. Good to have you on board.
Yeah, thank you.
Once again, if you have a question for Mike, please use the group chat feature. Just state your name and affiliation.
Hi, Mike. Good to have you on here. Can you just give us a glimpse into what it was like emotionally over the last 24, 48 hours? Are you the type of guy who's refreshing Twitter? Are you watching the rumors? Or how did that work for you?
It's kind of hard not to watch because, this is like my livelihood. This is going to be where hopefully I see myself for a while. And so I'm getting, my friends are now becoming their own reporters and their own insiders and getting their feedback. And, it was a weird time just getting on a plane with the guys I came up with. A lot of guys I've been around with for years, and everyone's looking at their Twitter and looking at me like, where's Clev going? That part was kind of like strange for me, but I think just sitting in limbo and hearing, you get like 3 or 4 definites before the actual real thing happens, and that flip flop back and forth. I can't tell you how many times. I'm happy it's over. I'm happy I got direction, and definitely got a team with, that's in a good direction right now.
Yeah, and that's good. My second question is, what excites you about this team? What do you know about them? And also, do you know anybody on the team currently?
I know Tommy Pham a little bit. We did a charity event with Bauer, that wiffle ball charity event we did. But no, I just know this is one of the most exciting teams to watch, even as a player. When you're watching them and watch their energy, and there's one thing that I can always bring to the field is a lot of energy, and this team's got a bunch of it. So I have a good feeling I'm gonna fit in.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, no problem.
Next, we'll go to Bryce Miller.
Hey, Mike, welcome to San Diego or Denver or wherever you're at right now. But what was the perception? We know what the perception in San Diego is: the Padres, the build, and Fernando Tatis Jr., Manny Machado, and on and on and on. What was the perception of the Padres from a distance? What were you hearing? What's kind of the thought about that franchise from a distance?
From a distance, this was they're one of the best organizations around right now, and you see that. And after watching what they've been doing the past 48 hours, they're trying to win. And that's, I think, in anybody's eyes, that's a very promising thing, not just for, the Padres, but for the game of baseball itself. This is something I think the game needs. It's more teams out there pushing to win. And whether it means selling people you have emotional attachments to or not, it's just trying to get that best squad out there to win ball games, no matter what it takes. And they're definitely showing that.
And one quick follow-up. One of the situations, anytime somebody trades for a player in a bigger deal like yours, they do the research on all levels. And one of the questions I know the Padres had to ask is, what did the coronavirus COVID situation you had in Cleveland, what did it mean? What did it not mean? What is the message you wanted to give the Padres related to that situation?
Yeah, I think we all have some hiccups, and I don't think that one mistake in my life is going to define me or my career. It doesn't define what I've done for the past 5 years, what kind of teammate I've been, and what kind of person I am. And I wasn't going to let that moment define me as a person going forward. And I knew the changes that had to be put in place, and maybe some self-reflecting that needed to be done was done. And I never want to put any other organization, let alone, the Indians, in some predicament like that again. I never was a distraction before, and I don't plan on ever being a distraction from anybody.
Thank you and good luck.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, next we'll go to AJ Cassaville.
Hi, Mike. I know it's probably been a lot to process in terms of all the different moves the Padres have made aside from just your own. But when you look at this roster, at least what you can make of it right now with all these trades going on, like, do you see a World Series contender caliber roster?
I mean, I think before the trades, there was a World Series caliber roster. And then, I mean, coming now, I think it's just getting a little bit even better. So I think just getting there and getting all me and the rest of the guys kind of more in tune with the squad, I think this is a team to make a serious run. I don't think there's many teams that can really get in the way of what we got right now.
Next we'll go to Zach Meisel.
Hey, Clev, you watched Kluber get traded, Bauer get traded. Does that plant in your mind, just given where you were in terms of service time and your career, that, at some point, like, you could be the next guy to go the way they develop pitching?
I mean, yeah, definitely looking at just the depth and the way pitching develops over here. It's, almost like an endless supply, it seems like, over the past couple of years. But, yeah, especially the way Indians, kind of do things, which is, they're there to win every year. So, I mean, anybody has a price. Everybody has a price tag. I think everybody in the organization knows that. There's no one that's, really untouchable over there. So you kind of have that in the back of your mind. There wasn't really like a timer on it, but I knew that it could be very plausible this season or this offseason.
And then you came up with this organization after your Tommy John surgery and the trade. And, is there a little bit of disappointment just to not get to see it?
As a person, that's, an easy thing to say, but when you're really looking at things, it's like, it's a business at the end of the day. And the business, if they think that they're going to put together a better team with the players they're getting and without you, then you just have to take that and roll with it. And if anything, use that as motivation. But no, I don't think there's any hard feelings at all. This is just, again, it's strictly a business. And, I know that, like I said, everybody has a price tag, and I think they've been kind of shopping everybody for the, past year and a half now.
Thanks, Cliff.
No problem.
Next, we'll go to Kevin Acee.
Hey, Mike, you've talked about your excitement. It seems that you are very stoked to be a part of the Padres, but you were on a contender. And, there was some stuff that had gone on there that was maybe negative and stuff. I just wonder, at this point in your career where you're at, what does it mean to you to be with a team that wanted you and that is so good?
Yeah, showing it to the ballpark every day, knowing that you have a chance to win a ball game, let alone, go to the World Series, is something that can't be really described. I've been lucky enough to be a part of it for years with the Indians, and that kind of opened my eyes, especially getting to know guys around the league and other guys, veteran guys when I was younger, telling me, make sure you take advantage of this feeling when you're showing up, knowing you have a chance to win every day, because that doesn't happen everywhere. So that's something that I've always kind of held close to my heart, and especially coming to this organization and knowing that this organization has a chance to win, not just this year, but the next 5, 6, 7 years is, you got to be excited for it.
Next, we'll go to Jorge Camacho.
Hi, Mike. Do you have any opinion about the Padres rotation, and what is your expectation helping in this situation with the starting pitchers in San Diego Padres?
They have a stellar rotation right now. I think it's a little bit young. But then you have Garrett Richards. I actually was in the minor leagues watching him, deal for the Angels, idolizing his game when I was in the minor leagues when I got drafted with the Angels. So it's cool to kind of get back and see him and get with these guys. There's a ton of young talent and a ton of young arms, and I think just a little any extra pieces when you already have something good going is only going to make it better.
Next to Mark Schwab.
Mike, obviously after everything went down in Chicago, things were a little awkward. Some of the guys in the clubhouse were upset and everything. How do you leave here? Is there bad blood, any kind of burnt bridge? How do you exit Cleveland?
No, as ugly as things got for a minute, like I said, that was such a good group of guys. We pulled it together. My relationships, was already starting to be rebuilt, I guess. I don't think it was ever fully lost, man. I think it was more just a disappointed. It's like like a friend let you down. It's not like a friend, completely screwed you over. They were never kicking you to the curb. The texts I received from the guys on the team, even some of the ones that were really mad, just show it. I don't think I ruined my legacy with them or here, and I have no bad blood against them. I understand why they're disappointed. I understand, the distraction that caused, let alone what could have came out of that. So, no bad blood.
Jason Lloyd.
Mike, kind of along those lines, your name really never came up very much. I mean, it did a little bit over the winter, but then this year there was really none of this talk until the incident in Chicago. How much do you think that impacted this? Are you surprised that we're in this position? And do you think it was any underlying reasons beyond Chicago, or how much of an impact was that in this?
Yeah, I'm just looking from a business standpoint. I really don't think that. I think this might have been inevitable at this point if they're looking for a bat. And, I got the 2 years of control. You got a lot more years of control of the guys, younger than me in the rotation. You got Cookie already locked up. And this is the position that we've had a plethora of talent in for years. So I think this was kind of inevitable either way, whether or not Chicago happened.
We have time for just a couple more questions. We'll go to Tony Alvarez.
Thanks, Rick. Hey, Mike. Welcome again to San Diego. In this team, you can see a lot of the guys that really show their emotions, whether it's pitching or batting or playing defense, and you look like a guy like a guy that does that as well. How do you see this team going forward? Obviously, building for the future, because you mentioned that obviously you want to win now, but you're pretty excited for the commitment this team has towards the future.
Yeah. No, I mean that's definitely what I'm excited for. It's not here just to get a quick fix, get that quick win. I mean, I've liked how much they're pushing for the future. And even when talking with, AJ talking with Jace, it's not about just now. It's now it's like we want to win. We should win now. Playoff contender for years to come.
Thanks.
Next, we'll go to Jake.
Hey, Mike, when you look at this defense you're going to be able to play behind, how excited is it that you've played behind some good defenses, but you got Tatis and you got Cronenworth and you got Machado. How exciting is that as a pitcher?
I mean, it always makes you comfortable, especially with the catchers they're bringing in. I've heard nothing but great things about their game calling and their defense too. So having those kind of set in place just make it even easier, let alone the offense is just blasting 6 runs a game on top of it. So, I mean, this almost seems like a perfect storm for a pitcher.
And then for those of us that don't know you in San Diego, maybe the most important question, do you indeed have the best look in all of baseball with the hair and the mustache?
I don't go for that, man. I don't know. I'll leave it up to you guys to decide. We can put out a poll.
Thanks, Mike. Welcome to San Diego.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you.
Next, we'll go to PJ.
Hey, Mike, I know you had a lot of great moments with the city of Cleveland and the fans over the years. Just wondering what message you have for the Indians fans as you depart Cleveland and now begin your next part of your career in San Diego.
Yeah, I mean, it's obvious about my relationships I had with the staff and the players and the journey it took me to get there. But I've built so many friendships and relationships outside that field that I never ever kind of really. Usually, you live in this baseball bubble, especially coming up your whole life. You're going from city to city, little city to little city in the minor leagues. The relationships I built outside of that organization have something. They're going to be there forever. Like I said, this isn't goodbye. This is a see you later to most of those people, and they've had my back through thick and thin. So it's something I'm not going to ever forget.
All right. Next to Adam Klub.
Hey, Mike, welcome to the Padres. Just for all the Padres fans here in San Diego, do you mind kind of explaining where the nickname Sunshine came from and what it means?
Yeah, actually came from Michael Brantley. It was my first ever big league camp, and I showed up, and I don't really know anybody in the organization at the time. I'm still kind of new, especially new to the big league guys. And Francona knows I'm a really high energy, high octane guy, no matter what the situation is. So he set my first live BP up against the front four of the lineup. So, I mean, I'm over there on the other side, pacing back and forth, waiting on my turns. My first time really, trying to make a name for myself here. And I came out there and I was throwing 96, 98 in the very first live BP of spring training. And after the second hitter, all I hear is from Brantley, and he's like, "Sunshine." And then I talked to him later, and it was about, obviously they remember the Titans thing where the kid got transferred because with the Angels, he came from LA, and then they were all kind of picking on him and who the hell is this kid with long hair? And he throws a football, 80 yards on a dime, and they're like, okay, Sunshine, he's in our squad. And that's kind of how it all started.
Thanks, Mike. Welcome again.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, we have time for one last question. We'll go to Pedro.
Hey, Mike. wondering what it's like to be the guy who has been traded for, knowing that, hey, if we get into the postseason, this is our game one guy right here. In all likelihood, that is you. That is one of the reasons they got you.
Oh, I mean, I think you know this well enough for me. I live for those moments. I live for that. I live for that game exactly. That's why I play this game. I mean, the other things are nice. There's other commodities that come along, but after getting to experience World Series, my first year in the big leagues, getting to experience a postseason, finally getting a taste of my first postseason start against Houston, this is the dream. This is every player that's ever been there will tell you, if there's one thing that they'll never forget, is the feeling of in the postseason, the feeling of the stadium, the crowd, the volume. And I know they might not be there this go around with the crowd and stuff, but I mean, the meaningfulness of every pitch and every out is just something that's it's like skydiving, and that's something it's an adrenaline rush that you'll chase for the rest of your career if you taste it.
So you're also a skydiver?
No, definitely not. I'm afraid of heights, actually, but I'm assuming it's like that feeling of skydiving.
I don't know if the owners want to hear that. Thanks, Mike.
Yeah, no problem.